Thank you for listening to our daily Bible reading lesson. The lesson today from Genesis 39 through 41 is It's okay. My Father's hand is on the wheel.
I remember whenever I was just little, riding in the car with my dad. Might have been out to East Texas where he grew up. Might have been on a long trip out to California through the deserts and such. Didn't have interstates back then. The roads were kind of different. At times you'd go along and you might hit some bumpy spots and shake all around, sometimes be thrown up a little bit. Other times you'd top a hill and you'd fly up in the air a little. Didn't have seat belts back then. And I remember looking up at times and seeing my father's hand on the steering wheel. And I knew sometimes those events were kind of spooky, the ups and downs. And I remember looking and saying, it's okay. My father's got the wheel up there. I'm safe. You know, as we read yesterday about Joseph, actually the last few days, you think of everything that's gone on in his life, the ups, the downs, everything that's happened. In Genesis 37, he's born. His father favors him more than the others, causes trouble. His brothers mock him. His brothers can't talk to him peaceable. Even his father mocks him whenever one of the dreams comes forth that he tells him about. Ultimately, he is sold into Potiphar's house. And as he ends up there, after being betrayed by his brothers, sold to slavery, and then end up in Potiphar's house, he grows to a prosperous position. But then bad things happen again. And he ends up in prison again because of the lies of Potiphar's wife. In prison, he helps. He grows again to a prosperous place. The jailer puts him in a position of authority. Some within the prison, he helps them. He interprets some dreams. And then they get out, they forget about him until another problem arises in which people couldn't interpret dreams of the Pharaoh. Well, Joseph's remembered then. He's brought out of prison. He interprets Pharaoh's dream. He ends up in a place of prosperity again. I mean, ups and downs, kind of like the rides in the car that I've taken and probably most of you have taken. And you think, how is it that Joseph made it through all of this? How is it that he was able to continue on and not grow bitter, not grow angry? You never read anything like that about him. Well, if you look, you find that in chapter 39 and several times after, we read that God was with Joseph. And Joseph knew that, I believe. Joseph knew that the prosperity that he had was due to God. Remember those dreams he'd been given back in Genesis 39? I can't help but think that he looked and he knew that that time would come about because God said it. And as you go forth, he looked on and he knew his father had his hand on the wheel. In other words, the ups, the downs, being tossed about, everything that happened, he knew God was with him. God had something greater than the things that he was going through. Even whenever he interpreted the dreams, he never took credit for that. He said, "Is not God the interpreter of dreams?" But then he gave it. He knew that God was using him, but he always gave God the glory for it. Even whenever he got into Pharaoh's house, the same thing. So you look at that and you think, you know, life's like that sometimes. It gets pretty rough. Tossed about, thrown up in the air. How do we make it? My father, my spiritual father, has his hand on the wheel. There are going to be unexpected things in my life and your life, but I know Romans 8th chapter, all things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. I believe Joseph had that same hope in him, but us stronger because now we have that which everything was leading to, Jesus Christ, his sacrifice, the promise that he goes to prepare a place for us. And that hope that we have, Hebrews, the 6th chapter, is an anchor of the soul. Whenever we look, you and I are going to face the ups and downs. Don't give up. Do like I did when I was a little child. Look up and in your mind's eye, see your Father's hand on the wheel. It's going to be okay. My Father has the wheel. Thank you for listening. And you have a good day. You have a great day. Because if you're a child of God, your Father's hand's on the wheel. Don't leave. Stay with Him. Thank you for taking the time to watch this short devotional. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be notified of other devotionals that will be forthcoming. Also, we encourage you to join us online live as we stream our services at each service time. More information can be found on our website at the link below. Thank you.